There's no vacation when it comes to Commanders news, Jim. Sources have told me that Dan Snyder,
Big Dan,
Big Dan,
Big Dan, Big Dan,
and Josh Harris, the owner of the Philadelphia 76ers and the New Jersey Devils, have agreed in principle to a $6.05 billion sale. Billion-dollar sale. Billion-dollar sale. Billion-dollar sale.
You ain't lying, Peg Leg. He's driving the motherfucker. Keep it right there. Keep it right there. What? That's right. Hey, Keezy, let's go.
Man, well, brothers, my brothers, in principle, i.e., allegedly, Dan Snyder is ready to sell.
Tell him to sell.
Unless the OGs decide to drop the 6.9 billion we have in our bank accounts and go ahead and purchase the Commanders. Put in the comments if you would love to see the OGs as your owners of the Commanders. We've been holding back. We didn't want to make this announcement because we didn't want everybody to get too excited, but we're sitting here tonight trying to decide if we're going to drop that extra $900,000 to beat out Magic Johnson and his partners.
It's gonna be
But
close.
ideally, let's talk about those guys as we're allowing them to have the first shot at the Commanders because we're so generous. And if you have gotten past the first ludicrous minute, like and subscribe. And what we always say, let's
get
it.
it.
You don't know. You don't know who you messing with. You don't know who you messing with. You don't know. You don't.
I run you up and down the Serengeti. Heads ain't ready. I chew you up and spit you out like chicken confetti. My rhymes are heavy like elephants, stomping your regiments, dismembering all your limbs, ripping your ligaments. I break you down to an atom, change your chemical structure, roots and culture. You don't wanna fuck with this brother. I'm like a time bomb or a fresh can of Wilshire. Stylus plexiglass, got you face down in the grass, ready to blast. Sticky for your jewels and your cash. Call me Robin Hood. Take the loot back to the hood. I wish you would try to retaliate. I wait like a sniper, beat you like Street Fighter. Heat you up like a lighter. Don't need no ghost writer. Original skill, killing at will. Terminates career like the pill. This is real, not no fiction. Came up for my jurisdiction. I'm liver than you, whether freestyle or written. Hitting hard like a hammer, like a natural disaster, like a hurricane. Plain and simple, bringing the pain. Won the battle. What? I'm ready to do this. Beat your ass like Lennox Lewis. Play you out like Parker Lewis. You must be foolish.
That's right. That's right. We're back. We're back. OGs. We're back. And we're back on tonight. What's tonight? April 13th, 2023.
That's right.
The possibility that this will be the official holiday celebrated around the DMV. Oh, wait a minute. Excuse me, Brother Deacon. I'm sorry, and I understand your loss here. I was very inconsiderate when I made that comment. And
okay, all right.
I wasn't gonna say nothing.
I hope
Laughing and smiling.
Please, oh please accept my apology.
as your golfing buddy, your helicopter co-pilot,
Business partner.
business partner / beach bum buddy.
Yacht club buddy. Yacht club. You know.
Is possibly going to London with $6 billion in his bank account. Well, 3, because we know it's going to probably happen.
We'll work that out too.
Oh, You have some insight, sir?
Got plans for that.
Okay. But other than that, as most of the DMV will celebrate his departure, how do you feel right now, sir?
Well, as you know, it's going to be a sad day in Washington when Dan Snyder gives up the reins of the franchise of the Washington Commanders. He's done so much for the DMV
Washington football team
that he's been maligned, he's been talked about, he's been called short statured, he's been called everything in the book. Hey, Big Al, hey. And then at the same time,
be considerate, Big Al. Be considerate, Big Al.
At the same time, he brought people in like Deion Sanders and brought people in like that's right, like Dana Stubblefield. He went and got he's
Bruce
done a lot
Smith
for this organization.
He got a check.
Didn't work out the way he wanted.
He was playing with a walker.
You know, it didn't work out the way we had planned. But the good thing is that
we still
under Daniel Snyder's leadership, this franchise went from a $200 million franchise to a $6 billion franchise.
For him.
He did it all.
For the DMV.
The great investor.
Listen,
really?
guys, come on now. He went.
Allegedly.
He took us out of the little toilet bowl in DC and took us to the great county of Landover. You can't deny that. He built a big, beautiful stadium. Now everybody's complaining. That's all right.
Now comes the part where we throw our heads back and laugh. Ready?
Ready!
He's going, hey, good luck. He's coming in, and he's going to make sure that you guys win a championship like he did with Philadelphia. Oh, wait, hold on. Oh, my bad. They still haven't won a championship in Philadelphia, have they? Oh, my bad. The Devil, no. Still haven't won one with the Devils either. This guy is the franchise saint. Wait, hold up. I think we're supposed to be winning championships.
Soccer team? The soccer team in this. Soccer team?
Huh?
Soccer team?
But I thought, this guy has pedigree of No, he doesn't have pedigree of championships because everything he's bought, he hasn't won a championship yet. So now everybody thinks he's going to win a championship. He ain't coming. I hope so. I'm going to try to get in touch with the fella and try to let him know that the OGs are here for him. We got all of the aspects of the Commander organization down pat, and he can ask us any way he wants to go around the facility. We'll take care. Okay? We'll usher in Magic Johnson, and just to stick it to the DMV, just a little bit.
Stick it to us.
My man, Dan Snyder.
Big Dan. One last time, Al.
Big Dan.
Big Dan.
Big Dan. Big Dan.
He let Bobby Three Legs in the house. Bobby Three Sticks is in the house.
One last time.
Third, part of the ownership of the Washington Commanders. I hope you guys are all happy about that because I know y'all just hate to stink that dude up. But understand, it's a new era.
It is.
So let's put all that stuff behind us. Let's let the billionaires do what billionaires do. And let's all come together as Commander fans. Now maybe the old, dusty, angry Washington Redskin fans can jump back on the team now. Because they all blame Snyder for changing the name of the team. Come on back, guys. Come on back. The Washington football team. Everybody wanted to keep the Washington. Right. Come on, guys. Y'all get all y'all.
That's enough, Deacon.
The train has stopped and letting everybody back in.
Daniel Snyder's a genius, right? He's a genius.
Yeah, man.
Genius. Who?
Deacon.
He's better than them dudes on the street.
Deacon.
He flipped $200 million to $6 billion.
Deacon.
Flipped it.
Can I?
My man. Hey, Dan.
Can I offer? Deacon, can I offer a hug?
We're back, baby. We're back.
Deacon, can I offer a hug now? Is it time now?
Hey, hug the billionaire. Come on, guys.
I want to give you a hug because you're sitting there spouting yelling without yelling about something that has to happen, man. I mean, toxic relationships is something that happens currently in this day and time. And what we had with Mr. Dan Snyder was a toxic relationship. It's one of those relationships, Deacon, where I think that sometimes you feel like you deserve the beating that you get.
Snyder? It seems like the DMV was beating
No,
up on
listen,
Snyder.
Deacon.
Come on, man.
It's a study. There have been studies, books, documentaries around the fact that you kind of gravitate towards the individuals that harm you because hurt people. And I'm here for you, man. I love you, brother. But what I'm seeing here is a broken man. And I don't like it.
Ladies and gentlemen,
hey, listen, Deacon, I was going to have Iyanna show up. Iyanna Van Zandt. She left her show, but she said she couldn't make it tonight. But Deacon, listen, I still care, man.
Let me say one thing.
No, you said enough, sir.
Just one thing before you listen. Toxic relationship. You can't. You gotta let the other party speak. Okay.
See, you see how aggressive that was, Deacon. You just pushed my love away.
Ladies and gentlemen, this has been Trey Z's finale where he's been waiting for this to do for 3 years.
It's a party, baby. It's a party. Deacon, join the party.
Genius.
Join the party, Deacon.
Who else would have let
join the party, Deacon?
I don't laugh at him. Let him go.
Join the party, Deacon.
Let him go. No, shh. Al, stop. Go ahead, Deacon.
Join the party.
Go ahead, Deacon.
Hey, listen, the party's in London. The party's in London, baby. I'll see y'all next week when I get back. So, Josh Harris, let's move on.
Who?
Who cares? He's gone. The little midget is gone. Look, yes, he's gone.
So,
we get our team back.
But really, Josh Harris and Magic Johnson, that group has good money. They have a lot of money, and it's good to have more than one owner because you spread out the wealth. You know what I mean?
A lot of money.
Magic Johnson has several
the Dodgers.
He has several businesses here in DMV. Starbucks. He has the Magic Johnson Theater. He has a couple other things down here.
Hey, they might spruce up the Magic Johnson Theater. That joint is falling apart.
Hey, remember that.
He's gonna have to come in and see his name on that.
Well, what do you expect to change? What do you expect to change? I mean, really, is it just the look of the?
I don't listen. You know what? I'm gonna be honest with you. It's not even really about results at this point. What it is let me finish. What it is you can't stay with this, man. This has been. That's why I said what I said.
Abusive relationship.
I meant it. Yeah, this is toxic, man. This dude is not produced ever, and he has to go. And I'm
playoff
happy
win.
When it comes to business, the American way, and everybody who's watching the show who's like, hey, man, if you stick to
Six Flags,
you too can just be an abusive, CEO who has all this money and put your foot on the people's neck, slap cheerleaders on their behind, and just be nasty all the time, and then don't produce nothing on the field because you're coaching and your quarterbacks and you whatever like this. I mean, yeah, and have groups of people who say he's doing all right. I can't be mad at that. I'm not mad at that, but I'm happy to see him go because it's just different. You could have brought in a Bama who's like, hey, it could have been somebody from another country who don't even know the game of football who said, I got $10 billion. I just want the team. And he sold it to them, and I'd have been like, cool. It can't get any worse because he doesn't deserve the $6 billion. You can't say he deserved it. And he can go on. Congratulations. Because whatever he's going to do, it's going to be the same thing that we got right now, which is nothing. It ain't going to be nothing for DMV. It ain't going to be nothing for nobody but Dan Snyder. And that's what we know. But this guy right here, whoever bought it, the guy from the alien, let's say it was an alien from Mars who bought it for $10 billion. Hey, man, well, let me explain football to you. Let me talk about the Washington tradition. Let me show you what all these fans want to come back to. And he might go, okay, let me do this for you. Let me say this. What do you think about that? Invite people to talk and whatever, and try to do something other than what that Bama did, which was nothing. So everything is up, Deacon. Everything is up. That money stuff that you got a relationship, that's great, but that money stuff means nothing to anybody watching this show right now. Absolutely nothing. We have gotten Nathaniels. Zero. Nada.
I'm trying to move us away from the AA meeting. What I was asking you is, as far as the team is concerned, where are we going from here? What do we expect to happen? Not what we expect to change as far as from Dan Snyder to Josh Head.
Not a thing. We just want him gone. That's what you didn't want to hear.
Listen, we have talked about Snyder already. I'm trying to get to the team and where we're progressing.
Oh, you changing the whole entire subject.
Yeah.
Oh, we're talking draft and all that now?
We're just talking about the team organization.
I just want to know we're not talking ownership.
We're talking organization. We're not talking ownership. We're not talking Dan Snyder.
That's good what he wants.
We're just talking about the change in ownership.
Deacon, I'm going to give you what you want. My knowledge of Harris and the Rails group with Magic is a great organization. He took two franchises, 76ers and the Devils. They were at the bottom. And he built them up. Both of them are playoff teams. One of his organizations now is fighting for the title right now. They haven't won it. Let's trust the process. He's the one that came up with trust the process. He drafted the Big African, and the Big African is carrying them. He's MVP. Big African's going to be MVP this year.
No, I got you.
And the Philadelphia 76ers is fighting for the title. They have a good chance to win the East. The Devils have a good chance of winning the East too. They do too. Yes, they do. They're in front of the Capitals. They are in the playoffs. And they were zero when he took them over. The same thing with the soccer team. If you study the soccer team, it's the same thing. They are fighting for the title. And that's what we had zero, Deacon. We had zero.
Listen.
We have a coach that's doing this. That's all he does.
We still had a coach.
This. So we had zero. So we have to go. We got to trust the process.
We can be eliminated.
So
now, the Rails guy, the guy from Rails, has a great relationship with the government in this area and the federal government in this area. Great relationship. Rails. He's the third guy. Great relationship with all three governments. Maryland, Virginia, DC. Great relationship.
Local guys. They're all local guys.
And he has a great relationship with the federal government. Great relationship with senators and Republicans. I've already said if they want the RFK property, that may be available for them. They already said that the property in that area is already available. The Maryland governors already called them already, and now Virginia's governor, Jenkins, already called them. These guys have great relationships, and we all know what Magic brings to you, championships. He brought it to the Dodgers. He brought it to the Lakers. He's going to bring it to us. Magic is a great marketer. He's the market guy.
That wasn't in your commentary, though, D.
He's the great market guy. So we know what Magic brings to you. Marketing. What Magic brings to you. He brings the African-American connection.
Showtime!
It's showtime!
Chocolate City is going to bring that to us.
Okay,
So we the team, and they are. Harris is a team guy. He goes out, he gets good people in that organization, either basketball, hockey, or soccer, and let them run the organization. If they make a mistake or they're not at the level he wants to do, he does fire them. If they're not at the power, he lets them go. But he lets them draft the quarterback. He lets them draft the center for the 76ers. He lets them pick the draft for the hockey team. He's going to let whoever is running our organization draft our quarterback. It's not going to be our owner who's good friends with the his good friends with somebody making draft picks. This is not going to be. That's not going to be. It's not going to be fun time. It's not going to be at one of the steak restaurants making draft decisions. It's not going to be like that. It's not going to be the big red one and party plane and all that and slapping cheerleaders and all that. This guy's a professional business. He runs franchises. This is what he does. He runs franchises. Now, you're right, Deacon. None of his franchises have won their championships in their perspective, but they're on their way. Trust the process. So we got to, anything's up, like Trey said earlier. Anything's up from where we've been. Anything's up from where we've been.
Everything.
Yeah, you're right. And so with that said, we just went through a change in organizational frontage, with the change of the name, change of the ownership, change of, the logos and everything. Do the guys who put in the hard work of getting this franchise back stable, not fighting for championships, but stabilized us? It's different now than it was a couple years ago.
It was off the hook a couple years ago. You're right.
Yeah, it's better than it was, and that enabled Snyder to sell the team for that much.
He organized,
Do
stabilized.
they deserve a second look, as opposed to saying, okay, new ownership comes in. Usually, they want to get new management. They want to get new coaches in. They want to do all that. Do the guys up top who have stabilized and set this ship straight?
What did he say?
Do the guys up top who have stabilized and set this ship straight?
That boy is good. Mm-hmm. Good and terrible.
Deserve. Yeah.
That was tough, wasn't it?
Sometimes
it was hard to say.
Do they deserve to stay? Is what I'm saying. You see what I'm asking you? Just at the top right now.
I say it in reference to they're the first opportunity to re-interview. I think that when you're bringing in a new organization, that you have to understand you are going to be, responsible and accountable for everything that happens. As you are already ready right now to take your notes out and talk about all the things that ain't going right because the person that left was your man. So I get it. So what I would do is I didn't hire none of these people. And if it was me, they'd be the first opportunity to re-interview. And I would say, hey, you can have this opportunity, or I can help you find other areas where you can interview someplace else. But what won't happen is that I'm not going to necessarily say, yeah, because you guys are here, I'm just coming in and you guys keep doing what you're doing, because I have no idea what you're doing. And what I seen and saw and know, I don't want my name tacked on that, because that's not fair for me. Because if I'm just coming in and I put my money down, I done dropped $6 billion and we stink up next year, and y'all talking about, well, that he ain't do nothing. No. That was still Mr. Snyder's organization. That would be silly. You re-interview. Let me hear what you got to say. We're bringing the individuals who I know. We're bringing the individuals who are interested. And we're going to choose the best person. So that's probably pretty much, I think they should go and what should happen.
Yeah, because my thought was he's not a strictly football guy.
He's not.
Different organizations, you know what I'm saying? So football might not be his number one thing. It might not be his go-to as far as like basketball was. He had a process. He wanted to make it happen. He wanted to do this. He wanted to do that. Right now, he has to figure out how football, the organization, works. You see what I'm saying? So to eliminate the top people immediately would kind of be.
Wait.
What?
Okay, let's pretend.
You don't think so?
No, let's pretend. I'm just going to ask a question. Let's pretend. Right now, you hit the lottery and you have $20 billion because the lottery is ridiculous, right? So whatever it is, somehow you got this money. And what you know right now, as opinionated, as bullheaded, and sometimes just outlandish, we all can be. You mean to tell me just because you wasn't a GM of a football organization that you wouldn't go in after you dropped $6 billion and feel like you know what the heck you're doing? I mean, this guy, I don't get me wrong. I'm not saying he played the sport, but that definitely didn't determine the 32 other owners as far as their pedigree and ownership.
Yeah, no.
I just don't want to hear that.
Yeah,
what I'm saying is he knows that he can go and say, hey, sir, how much are you making right now? And it could be one of the top sports analysts, analytical thinker, whatever in the world. He says, well, I'm making this amount. I'm going to double it if you come work for the Commanders. I'm gone, and there's your expert. So I just going to listen to everything he say. It's a wrap. I don't have to worry about anything else because this guy's doubled his money. And so it's not, I don't want you to look at the ownership just because these guys, like everybody was talking about Bezos. Bezos don't know nothing about football. How do you know Bezos don't know about football more than what we know? Honestly, have we ever coached anything outside? I mean, well, we've coached, some of us have coached, but I'm just saying, you can't base it on that. You got to base it on the fact that your money talks. You just dropped $6 billion. You got enough to pay somebody to come in to be an expert to tell me what's happening.
I got that.
Okay. All right.
That's my whole point.
Because I don't want that to be the new ownership's albatross talking about someone. They don't know. Like Magic Johnson, he played basketball, so now he's the basketball owner of a football team. I don't want everybody to look at that and go, okay, he don't know what he's doing. That don't make no sense.
I'm not saying that, but what I am saying is that when you have multiple major league ownership of a franchise, right? Franchises, yeah. You can't micromanage all of them. You have to have people in place.
Well, you can ask
only thing I was asking was, do the guys here who are currently running the team? I mean, we close to the draft. Draft is this month. You go on into OTAs. Everything is condensed at this point. Well, we're starting to get back to football.
Well, I would say this. Well, his history shown when he took over the 76ers and the Devils, because that is a history. And I listened to some radio broadcasts, 99, 80.
Wait, whoa, Al. Is this a deep dive?
I'm listening to some radio broadcasts. I'm not.
Is this a deep dive, Big Al? Come on, man.
It's a little deep dive. Little deep dive, Deacon. Little deep dive. His history showing is that he's the type that comes in. He does have his, like Trey said, have his own expert. But he doesn't make any moves until some results happen with him as the owner. For example, when the Devils was trying to rebuild, they had the Penguins, Pittsburgh Penguins general manager had came down there right before he bought the team. And the Pittsburgh Penguins manager was like, look, I don't even want you in the building, owner. All I want you to do is sign checks. You know what I'm saying? But unfortunately, the Devils was losing. He was struggling for a whole year and a half before Harris made a move on him. Then when Harris came in, observed him for a year, and he made a move on him and started the franchise over again. It took him about a whole year to observe how he was going to do. And this guy, like I said, runs sports franchises. So he's more so a sports manager type. And he sits back, observes, and then he puts the organization in there to build teams up. All three of his teams were 0 teams. And he built them back up to now they are in championship role. In soccer, the Premier League, in England and in Europe, he built them back up. And the Devils was 0. Now they in the playoffs. 76ers was 0. And the processes came up. So my thing is, I think what he's going to do, he's going to watch Jason Wright and Ron for a period of time. Let them do the thing. This is my opinion, what I think he's going to do. And once he started seeing it falter, he's going to make his move. So I'm looking for him to make his move really at the Christmas time next year. He's going to watch him for this next season. He's going to make a move. Allegedly. That's what I think he's going to do. I think in the meanwhile, there's some business things that he needs to, organizational things that he needs to do to make our franchise better. One, it's that debacle that Jason Wright did and Snyder did on, was it Sean Taylor? That was embarrassing. That was just...
There was no fixing that, Deacon.
There was
no fixing that.
Jason has to eat that one.
That was
what I'm saying? That reveal, the Commanders reveal. Now we're the Commanders. That was garbage.
Yeah, but isn't that kind of
Major Tutty though, Big Al? Major
Oh
Teddy
yeah,
was
Major
awesome.
Teddy was great. Major Teddy was like that was great. That was great. That was
Deacon,
great.
hit it, Deacon.
So there's some organizational things that he needs to start. You know, like simple things like he needs to get these fans back that Snyder lost. There's a lot of people out there that still, you know, have an affinity for the team, but Snyder couldn't touch them for some reason.
Just the fact that Snyder is officially gone with it. And again, this is still, I want everybody who's gotten this far, please like and subscribe and share. We do appreciate you. We want to appreciate all our new subscribers as well. But if you hit the like button, it will help our algorithm for us to continue to push this out to more fans. Because as we go into the next year, we just want to be able to reach more fans, by fans, for fans, us, because it's a lifestyle. But Snyder, hey, look, I think just by him being on the table of leaving, if he does, you're going to see more burgundy and gold in the stadium, man. I mean, I think literally people just did it. You just saw what happened with this whole little Bud Light thing, right? You know what I'm saying? With the whole Bud Light.
Hey, we trying to stay on YouTube now. Chill out.
Hey, no, I'm just saying, people who were like, you know, first of all, it's Bud Light. Who drinks that? And if you're drinking that and unsubscribing right now,
people who drink Coors Light.
Bud Light, that's what you choose. Anyway,
emotional damage.
They was pouring it out, like they was getting rid of it, and the stock dropped like $5 billion. Legit, just the whole stock tanked out. And that's the power. That's the power of emotion, man. That's the power. That's 2023 and what we live in right now. So we got to understand that. So I do believe that individuals who Al was showing, show it again, Al, that those individuals who were diehard and true are going to come back and hope and pray that whoever comes in is just, and they're going to do what Al was just saying. I think the owner is going to do. Observe, see what happens. My thing is, I want them to understand, you can't blame him if he does what Deacon was talking about, which is hold on to those individuals who helped build it. And I do feel that it took a lot, and it was a yeoman's job for them to get us where we are, which is, as Ron Rivera said, we're rebuilding now. We're finally here.
We can be eliminated.
So as we're finally at rebuilding stage, I wouldn't want to come in and chop it down. But man, I will make it very clear, not only to those individuals in the organization, but everybody watching. This is an interim position for everybody. And when I don't see it smoking, ain't no joking. I done put $6 billion down. You will find yourself you will find a new job. You will find you
about to lose your
job.
Lose
your job. That's what it is. Yeah, that's what's gonna happen, man. Just know that. That's why.
Well, I think what Deacon's trying to say, the practical thing, probably this draft, they probably let the people that's in place now, the scouts.
Yeah, that would make sense. That would make sense because
you know what I'm saying.
Because I know one thing they haven't done, which is, figured out a direction with the talent that we have. All of that, I don't think they're going to touch the player personnel at all. We're talking just organization. Organization meaning, are we finally going to fix that situation where raw sewage don't fall on fans in the stadium? Are we finally going to, maybe look at pricing to help with getting fans back? Because right now we're going through a huge recession and it ain't getting no better. So, but you still want your fans to show up. But if you're charging the Bama mortgage just to park, come on, man. I mean, these are the things that if you start to see,
want my internet to be working in the stadium, man.
Come on, man. If you just want things to move in certain directions, those are the things, small to some, major to others, that will help move in that direction. That's organization.
Yeah, let's agree on this, that it's good to get this over with. Finally, get this team sold in new franchise hands.
Right.
And we're staying here, Deacon. And we're staying here, Deacon.
Huh?
We're staying here, Deacon.
We're not Landover?
No, we're staying in the
he's saying not London.
Yeah,
we're not going to London. We're not going to London.
And let's agree that this brings excitement into the area. There's no excuses anymore. Nobody to blame but the players, right?
That's
Players
right.
on the field. We blame them. Okay, so
And coaching.
and coaches. Coaches first. Coaches are on the hot seat.
Yes, they are.
The hottest seat.
The hot seat. And
hottest seat.
and let's also
That
remember
seat is
that.
smoking, boy. That seat is. Woo.
Let's also remember that Magic Johnson is a minority owner. So I don't know how much say he's going to have. I'm sure he's worked it out where he's smart enough to know that he's going to be basically the face of this ownership group,
Which he's good at, and that's his wheelhouse.
Yeah,
Magic
and we
Johnson
might be able to get players to come here now. You know, just
Magic
under the
Johnson
mystique
wearing
of
an
playing.
Eastern Motors jersey. Talking
These
about,
motors ain't going nowhere, Jack.
hey, look, Eastern Motors with Magic Johnson. Oh man, hey, look, I'm gonna put my pennies together and maybe I have to get out this old raggedy ass.
Damn.
So before we get cursing and wrecking the show,
Raggedy.
we've come to this part of the show where we got to get out of here before we get kicked off YouTube.
Listen, I'm excited.
It always
Listen,
happens
I'm
this
just
way.
excited because new is new, and when you have new, you have dreams of aspirations of things happening. Hope, and motivation. I think it's going to motivate everybody because even though it is something that's touching the organizational piece, those players feel that. They know, oh, okay, so somebody else different is looking at me. Somebody else different is, those connections that I made. Because like I said, there's going to be some movement. And it might not be the movement of the key players that we know the names to and all that position, but a lot of things are going to change and happen, man. And then Mr. Snyder still has to deal with some of the old stuff and baggage that he left here that ain't so clean. So
Not if he don't come back.
right now, I understand he got to pay back some fans, lifelong fans. What do you call it? Season ticket holders, $200,000 worth of money that somehow got missing and they didn't get their money. So there's a lot of things still going on, man. And guess what's not going to happen? Again, I just dropped me personally $6 billion. I don't want nothing touching me that says that I'm stealing or I'm taking from the fans, because that's very important. There's and this is a guy who knows franchises, so I know he knows what fans are. Yeah. And Philly fans stink, so I know what he had to deal with.
Hey man, we out, baby. We out. We love you.
We out.
Man. We out, baby.
I didn't get my hug yet. You can't leave till you get my hug.
He gonna be all right, man. He'll be all right. He can be all right. He going to London next week. He going to London.
Right. He can go fish and chips all weekend. All right, fellas.
Proud to get out of here. Proud of y'all. Love y'all.
Same, brother.
We'll see y'all next week.